to LNJ tutorials. This is Justice. The last time we talked about a set of modifying tools. We didn't finish with them. Today we're going to continue by taking another set about scaling, drawing arrays and offsetting, and breaking and breaking and joining. This is what we're going to consider today. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the scaling. The scaling is used to scale up the size of a drawing or an object. It could be a text or anything. So if you want to scale up a drawing, you select the drawing first, or you go to the scale button here, then you click on it. You'll be asked to select your object. If there's one object, you select. If there are many, you open your window, then you select. Then when you're done selecting all the objects you want to scale at that moment, you press enter. Then you'll be asked for specified base point. That is where it will scale from. So if I want to scale from the center of the circle, I click, then I open it up to the size I want. If the size is indefinite, but it depends on my choice, then it means that I will move my mouse out, and as I move it, it will scale. But if I know the number of times, the scale factor I want to scale up the drawing to, I can also enter the scale factor, say 2, and press enter. It will scale it to scale 2 units bigger. Then it could also be a text. Anything at all that you draw, you can scale it up. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the array. The array is used to draw a pattern of objects. You have a rectangular array, which means that the object is going to be drawn in a rectangular pattern. The next is going to be drawn. The next is the path array. The objects are going to be drawn along a path. The next is the polar array, which is going to be drawn along a circular path. So the first one is the rectangular array. Now, if you want to draw a rectangular array, for example, if I want to create this form of array, what I will do is I will go to rectangular array, then select the objects. Then when I'm done selecting all the objects I want to put in the array, I press enter. Then you realize that it will open an array creation menu on top of the drawing space like this, where you can change the number of columns in the array, and change the number of rows by entering there. You can also change the distance between each two objects in the array. You can also change the distance between across the entire column or the entire row of the array. So you have a lot of options here. And you can also use this arrow. You click and hold on it, you drag it up to increase the number of rows. You can also click here and drag it to the left to increase the number of columns to the left. You can also hold this box and increase the number of rows and columns simultaneously by moving it in this direction like this, as many as you want. So that is it for the array. I would advise you to always activate the associative, make it associative. It means that once I click on associative and I exit my array like this, it means that I can hit on one, edit one of the objects, and the change will affect all the other objects. That is what the associative feature will do to your array. The next thing is the circular array. If I may want to draw this polygon, a couple of them along this circle. So what I do is that I go to polar array, then I click on the objects that I want to put in the array. I press enter. Then I will be asked to select the center of the circle around which I want to create the array. So I want to create it around the center. So I click it. Then it will give you a default number 6. You can edit the number of arrays here, the number of objects in the arrays here. You can edit it here. Say if you want 8 objects, you press 8, then you press enter. You can also specify the angle between each two arrays with respect to the center, the angle between each two arrays. You can also specify to determine the number of objects which will be in the array. Make sure that you have your associative turned on, so that if you want to change anything, if I want to change anything on the object, I have to select one. Then I will click on edit source object. Then when I'm done, I'll be asked to select the item in the array. Then when I select it, I can now edit this object. When I edit this object, all the changes, because I have turned on the associative feature, all the changes are going to affect the rest of them. So let's say I want to draw a circle, the center of this polygon like this. You realize that the change has affected all the other polygons in the array. So that is what the associative will do, so that you don't have to perform changes to all of them single by single, but just changing something on one will affect the rest of them. So when you are done, you right click, then you come to close array editing session, then you save edits to array, then you are done. And that is it for the associative. The next type of array is going to be the path array. The path array will help you draw a pattern of objects along a particular path like this. If I want to draw these circles, if I want to trace it along this path, I will use the path array. So if I select the object I want to put in the array, press enter, then I'll be asked to select the path curve. Then you see what it did. It will specify automatically a number of items in the array which you can change. So you have a lot of options here. You can also use to modify your array after creating it. You can also use the associative as well. You can also change the base point. Then you can do a lot of stuff with the array. So that is it for the array. When you are done and you are satisfied with everything you want to do, press enter, then you will exit. Next modifying tool you're going to talk about is the offsetting. Now the offsetting is used to create a copy of an object in a particular distance and direction. So if I want to create a copy of this line, since it is a vertical line, I can only create another line parallel to the line. So the objects you're going to create out of the offset should be parallel to this line. So I will specify my offset distance, say 200, press enter, then move it. You understand? I move it to the left, it will create a copy. The square still remains. It means I can still select as many objects as I want. So I can also select the same object and offset it to the left in a distance of 200 units. This is usually useful when you want to create copies of objects in particular distances. Then you can also offset a rectangle. It will create a copy. If you pull it down, when you click and pull it down, it will create a copy inside it. If you click it and pull it up, it will move the mouse up, it will create another copy outside of it. So the next tool is going to be the break. Now the break is used to create a break in a geometry. For example, if I want to create a break in this line at these 2 points where the other line intersects, then I'll have to select this line. Then I'll select the point I want to break it at. So when I select this point, it will break the line into two. It was one full geometry, but now it has broken it into this line, and that line means that there is a joint between them, these two lines here. I can also choose to break it at this place by selecting the line, any line at all. Then you can. So now I have 3 segments out of the same line. That is for the breaking. We have another form of breaking which has to do with creating 2 breakages in a line. Say it breaks the selected object between two points. You understand? So if I select this line, then you see I should select the line at the point where I want to break it from the first point. So I can move it and adjust the space I want to create within that line. Then that is it for the breaking. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the joining. The joining is used to join 2 lines or 2 arcs, or a line and an arc. For example, I have 2, but make sure that the lines intersect at a point before they can be joined. You can't join a line to a rectangle. You can join a line to a circle. You can join a line to a line, or an arc to an arc, or an arc to a line. So if I want to join this line to this line, initially they are two separate lines. They aren't a single profile, but I want to make them a single profile. So I will just go to join, or select the objects before, go to join, and I'll select all the objects I want to join, then I'll press enter. Then after that, you will realize it is now a single profile. I can also join this arc to this line like this. When I'm done, I press enter, then the two will be one single profile. That is it for the joining. Then for today, thank you guys for stopping by. In our next tutorial, we are going to consider how to annotate objects. So please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe for future videos. And if you have any interest in our videos, we will urge you to give us a thumbs up, and also please share the video for someone else to also benefit. Thank you guys, and God bless you. Stay safe. Bye.
Audio